What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Dave, coming at you live from Germany. It is Friday, which is the Pop Culture Beatdown Day. That's right, our weekly bro fest where we talk about everything that's going on in the world of pop culture and things that we just care about. Of course, I don't do it by myself, can't do it by myself, and would never want to even attempt to do it by myself. So I'm joined once again by my good friend, my partner, my compadre, mi hermano, mi amigo, the man who every time he goes away, he certainly does take a piece of me with him. Ace Trainer Liam, what's going on, Mush Puff?
I'm back, baby.
Right?
I'm back. I'm back in my hometown. Back on Nerd and the Jerk. Back with a vengeance. Back to the future. I don't know.
Well, yeah, it was different. Yeah, you went a different place there. Yeah.
I went a weird route.
Yeah, you've been gallivanting, man. I've been gallivanting, then you started gallivanting, so we're all just gallivanting all over the place.
It wasn't my usual kind of gallivanting, though, because it wasn't just like, hey, let's go down to London for a few days. It was up to Sheffield and then down to London, and the trains were bollocks on Friday. And it was
I saw your tweets.
It was all horrible. Because some fucker decided, I know, I'm going to throw myself in front of a train because my life's so hard. Well, great, mate. Well, you made everybody in fucking England's life hard that day. Piece of shit. I don't know who it was. I apologize that they were probably going through a very heavy period. But if you're going to do that, if you're going to take your own life, don't throw yourself in front of a train. Do it in private somewhere where it only affects you and your circle of people. Don't affect me. I didn't do anything to you. I don't know you. Fucking asshole.
See, that doesn't even bother me at all that you said that. Some people will be like, how insensitive. No, fuck that. If you want to take your life, don't inconvenience the rest of the world with like your last act. I personally do feel sometimes like the whole conversation with suicide can be, it's hard. It's a slippery slope. It's difficult.
Tricky. It's a sticky wicket.
But in that case, that is a selfish act. When you throw yourself in front of a train.
Literally, like, there were no trains allowed in or out of London Euston, one of the two busiest stations in London. For people go to London Euston, they're coming from like Scotland, they're coming from all the way across the United Kingdom, and they can't get into the station. So many trains being cancelled because one person decided to take their own life. And like, I get it. Like, I've been suicidal before. I know what it's like being at that point, and I know, and I understand how much you just want to end it and you're not thinking straight and stuff like that. But even if you're thinking, like, even if you are thinking, you know what, this world's been horrible to me, I'm going to get back at everyone that's been horrible to me. I'm going to derail the entire rail system for hours and hours on end. The thing is, you won't be there to see the results.
Right.
Everyone else has to deal with you being splattered all over a train. The poor fucking train driver is the one who has to go to therapy for the next 8 fucking years because they've literally just watched a person disintegrate across their windscreen. Right. Fucking annoys me.
Yeah. No, I've been there too. But when I was trying to end it all, I just tried to eat myself to death. So the only people I was going to affect was those poor ambulance people who had to come take me out of a 4-story building that were going to get hernias. Other than that, you know. Like,
obviously, my attitude to suicide at the end, like, when it all comes down to it, don't do it. There's always another way, because once you end your life, you then remove all other options of getting help. Whereas if you just go and get help, like, if you seek out one of these options to help, you'll have more of a chance of coming out of this funk than just ending it all. But if you absolutely have to do it in your own place. Do it somewhere private. Do it where it only affects you and the people that find you.
Right.
Don't do it somewhere where it affects hundreds of thousands of people. Because, like, I don't know. I didn't want to be on the train for 6 hours. I didn't want to be waiting at stations for hours on end. Like, I had to go from Sheffield to fucking London. I'm in a full fucking suit because I've been out to a special occasion. And I'm just there sweating my bollocks off, just like... My whole night's been derailed.
Right.
I ended up not being able to spend as much time with my friends that I don't get to see very often because we're content creators that live all the way across the country and in different places. I don't get to see them that much. So when you cut into the time between me seeing those people that I care about so much, that fucking bothers me. So I'm bound to be annoyed.
Yeah, you're incredibly empathetic when it comes to any type of mental disorder and things like that.
100%.
Completely. You talk about it all the time. So
I've lived it.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, big congratulations to your woman's, the one, the only Lydia.
100%.
For graduating. Lydia, come on, let's give her a little bit of love there. Absolutely.
Well, indeed.
So that's pretty great.
Proud of my fucking bay.
And you went up there and you sat through a probably inordinately long fucking ceremony because you're a good man. So good stuff there. How did that all go? That's where we start. How was your fucking entire weekend?
Me and Lydia's mum and Lydia's grandma just sat there the whole time, just like mocking the way the ceremony was and mocking the order they were doing stuff in. And I was like, wow, these people are as mean as me. This is great. I can get on board with these people. So we were just making jokes like all the way through. And then, of course, once Lydia was up getting her diploma or whatever, we were like, oh, bow down. She's so good. We love her. And then, obviously, as soon as she sits back down with the rest of her class, we're just like, look at these fuckers over here. Wow. And to be fair, I want to say to Sheffield University, wow, guys, fucking wow. Of all the categories, of all the different courses that are available and all things like that, there was one guy who was the only graduate in that section. So like I don't know what. Let's say it was animal care or something. He was the only graduate of that section. So he was in a section on his own. He goes up and gets his award on his own. He's the last fucking person to get his award. You don't do that. You put the people who are on their lonesome in the middle of the ceremony. You don't put him at the end because then it's like the icing on the cake. And here's the fucking loner right at the end. I thought, poor fucking guy is just like, I don't even think my family are here. Let's just go home.
He's the one. Jeez, just single him out like that.
The one guy.
So, but that was just the beginning of your weekend. You actually had quite a eventful weekend. I mean, quite literally, you were at a fucking event. Tell us about Comic-Con London. Yeah.
London MCM Comic-Con, which is always a pleasure to be at. It's a shame I couldn't do the Friday, but shit happens, scheduling. Man. But the Saturday and Sunday was so much fun. It's about the busiest I've seen London Comic-Con. There were so many people there. I got to hang out with some new people that I hadn't met before. Like I hung out with the people that I normally hang out with, which is like Ed from Game Hog and Luke and James from Luke and James Plays. And of course, my fellow Pokemon YouTubers, Birdkeeper Toby, PD Winnell. Lydia, of course, was there because she's part of me. And then she comes with me now as a package. Like, it's basically put my shirt on, put my belt on, get Lydia, hook her on my back, carry her around.
Aren't you proud of me? I didn't say anything that you said comes and package in the same sentence. I didn't say anything about it. I'm mature.
And to answer the chat, no, it wasn't alphabetical at this event. It was his section that he was in was alphabetical, but he was the only one.
Yeah, it was only him. It was pretty easy.
And of course, I got to hang out with new people at Comic-Con. Like, I got to hang out with fucking Mr. Weeble. Do you remember the Badger
video?
Yeah,
I remember that.
He was fucking there.
Oh, shit.
Got to hang out with him. On Tuesday, I was in his stream with Ed and Spammels playing PUBG with fucking Weeble.
Look at you, man.
It was a great week. Like he doesn't get a lot of viewers on his Twitch streams because not a lot of people know about it. But I'm just there like, dude, I fucking watched. I used to go to his website all the time to see if new episodes of On the Moon had been uploaded when I was like 13. So to sit there, like to tell my old self, dude, in fucking 10 fucking 13 years time, you're going to be playing PUBG with this guy. You're going to be playing video games with him. I'd been like, nah, whatever. Mate, it was so much fun. He's such a cool guy as well. Like, he's just really, really chill. And because he's from the north of England, I get him a little bit more than some people get me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
People from the south, I can come across as a bit brash and a bit like really like backhandedly rude or something like that. But he gets it. Weeble gets it. He's a really nice guy. So
that's pretty cool.
Go check him out on Twitch, Mr._Weeble. He's the guy that created all your favorite Magical Trevor, Come to Kenya, all that. Beautiful.
Nice.
Other than that, Comic-Con was just fun. Comic-Con was just such a blast. It's always a blast. Like, the whole day, you've always got something to do. There's always a really fun panel or something you can be watching, or there are cool stores. Like, there were Lego statues of full-sized adult Groot, like life-size.
Oh, no shit.
And Rocket Raccoon on his shoulder. I think if I remember rightly, it was in the vlog that Spammels put up on his channel. You can see them in their glory. They're so fucking beautiful. Cool. There was a full-size Batmobile. And of course, there were loads of like celebrities and people there. Like the cast of Red Dwarf were there. Anthony Mackie was there.
Yeah, Anthony
Mackie.
Really,
really cool.
The aforementioned Anthony Mackie. Go back an episode and listen to
that.
Yeah,
go back an episode. He's a celeb.
What's up, man? Did he bring his fucking robotic falcon? That'd be great.
Good God. Should have.
He should have.
And then, of course, there's like the really cool thing this time was every time, like, there's always cosplay meetups around the day, and there's always a Pokemon one.
Yeah.
And most times we've been to Comic-Con, the Pokemon meetups happened out the front of the Excel Center, and everyone's been taking photos, and they have categories, so they do, like, they'll take a photo of everyone from Generation 1, everyone from Generation 2, everyone who's a good guy, everyone who's a bad guy, just different categories in general. People who are dressed as Pokemon, people who are dressed as trainers. And then at one point, the guy who runs it, who was dressed as Primal Groudon, but in kind of like this cool, like if Primal Groudon was a warrior's armor, he was like dressed like that. And he comes over and he's like, "Hey Liam, I want you and Joe and Toby to be in the next lot of photos. I want to get the Pokemon YouTubers in there." And I was just like, "They know who we are." What? I was actually like, I normally just stand and watch this from the sides, and they're like, "Dude, we want you in the photos." I'm like, "Yeah, boy."
That's kind of cool.
It's so cool. That's a nice little bit of recognition that I never thought I'd get. So that was really cool.
That is pretty cool.
Anything to swell my head makes my day.
So. Either head, either. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But that was loads and loads of fun. Other than that, I got home and my dog has been ill. Esmeralda.
Is she okay?
Holly. I mean, it's a bit grim, but basically she had the runs over the weekend very explosively. My poor brother. So sorry to my brother that had to look after her. He tried to clean everything up the best he could, but he didn't do a good job.
Well, dog poo's not easy, brother.
This is where we get grim, right? So apparently we learned, because we had to take her to the vet because she had quite a bad situation, and that was £40 I couldn't afford to spend. But there you go. That's a veterinary consultation in the UK. And the vet was like, "What happens is dogs have 2 sacs in their anus called their anal glands, right?
Here we
just
go.
below the fucking asshole, right, on the inside. And those sacs release like a scent. So when a dog marks its territory by taking a shit, those sacs secrete so that whatever poop comes out has that dog's scent on it. So they can be like, this is where I poop. Right. Fucking you ain't pooping here." So
wish I had that.
Those sacs get squeezed empty every time the dog does like a solid shit, which makes sense. It makes sense scientifically. Absolutely. When the dog has the runs, nothing gets squeezed because it's not solid. It's not able to squeeze.
Right.
So those sacs fill up, they get clogged, and then once the dog's gotten over the fucking diarrhea side of things, it's then got anal sacs that are full of stuff and can't empty, and it's painful and it's sore. So the dog just fucking sits chewing its ass all day, making its ass sore, making its mouth sore, and we're like, oh, fuck's sake. So we had to go to the doctor, and the doctor had to put his fingers in my dog's ass, like with gloves on, and squeeze the anal sacs to like make them fucking squirt all the gunge out, and it was fucking horrible. Poor dog just looks absolutely miserable. Right?
This just sounds horrible. It sounds absolutely awful.
No, it gets worse because we thought they were still locked, and of course, I can't afford to go to the vets again and be like, "Dude, can I pay another £40 so you can squeeze my dog's anal sac?"
Milk my dog.
So maybe the do-it-yourself kind of fucking stand-up guy I am. I put on some latex gloves. I watched a YouTube video, a how-to video. It's the worst tutorial I've ever watched on YouTube. And then I bit the bullet and I emptied the anal sacs myself. And it was the most depressing, humiliating thing I've ever had to do. I mean, I don't know how my dog feels, but I felt violated being a part of it. It was the most nightmarish thing I've ever done. If you're thinking of getting a dog, don't. Because that's not something I want to live through again.
Well, by the way, Crazy Fun Kids is in the chat right now. He's like, "Well, this wasn't a conversation I was expecting."
Hey, Crazy Fun Kids, how you doing? I'm Ace Trainer Liam. Nice to meet you.
Welcome to Nerd and the Jerk. You'll find this to be quite an experience.
But for future reference, anyone that's interested, the glands are at 4 and 8 o'clock. If the anus.
10 and 2.
And I am never doing it again. I'm literally washing my hands of that because they don't make water hot enough. It was. I don't ever want to be that close to my dog again.
Yeah.
Hopefully she's through the worst of it, and hopefully she's got the big head cone on now, so she can't bite her ass. Hopefully she just heals up and everything goes back to normal, and life will just go on.
Hopefully. I got nothing. I don't know how to follow that one up. It's like, I hope your dog's okay.
Dave's speechless.
No, it's hard. It's very hard to do. It's not something that gets done easily. I don't even know how to follow it up with my own week, but I've had kind of this crazy, this crazy up and down week. Over the last couple of weeks, you know, we didn't do Nerd and Jerk last week, so we didn't get to talk about.
Let me stop one sec. Formal Ghost says, "Did Liam shove his hand up a dog's ass?" Dude, if you're shoving your hand up the dog's ass, you're clearly having way too much fun with it. I'd say calm down, go back to the medical side of it, and just do what you need to do, not what you want to do, man.
You're doing it wrong. You don't need the entire hand.
Way too into it.
It's
man. This
overkill.
is not, you know, it's not as romantic as you seem to think. Far from.
You're not putting on Lady in Red. None of that's happening.
You know what I mean?
Just calm down. It doesn't need that much. But over the last 2 weeks, I've had this crazy journey of all kinds of things where I've been interacting with bigger YouTubers and getting them on the show. And matter of fact, last week, this is something that we didn't get to talk about. I had I'm Alex on last Monday, and we had a really good interview. And
I really enjoyed it. I did watch it.
It was 2 hours. It was really, I really had a good time with it. But I'm not here to just shill that interview. There's actually something that I got to talk about real quick, because I found out today that there's a correction that needed to be made. And Kavos brought this to my attention himself, because a good majority of the interview was Alex talking about Kavos and stuff like that in a lot of different contexts. Well, one of the criticisms that he made, which at the time I really didn't think too much about, was over a tweet. And it turns out the tweet that was the basis of Alex's criticism in this one point about Kavos being a hypocrite over his thumbnail competition, turns out the tweet was 100% fake. So I would like to make that correction right now, just at least let everybody know that the tweet that Alex was talking about, where he made his criticism from, was in fact fake. So I think it's important to make that, and I've let Alex know that, and I'm going to also talk about it on the recap show this week as well. So just wanted to get that out there because I thought it was important.
You're a good lad, Dave. Your integrity is intact.
I try to be. The other thing, which I found incredibly insane to me, like, I thought having Keemstar doing a 20-minute rant on me unbaited, I thought that was like, it couldn't get any weirder than that, because who the fuck am I? I wound up in an Onision video this week. Like, what? Literally the most criticizable human being on the internet. The only guy that I don't mind moralizing to, because I hate moralizing. I fucking hate moralizing other YouTubers and other people in general. I don't mind doing it to him. So what happened was real simple. I do the Tuesday show with Faye. We do the YouTube roundup, and she hates him to death, and she always brings him up. And we were talking about it a little bit. So this guy decides to do one of those episodes where he just Googles himself, because that's what normal people do, apparently. And he came across my video, of course, doesn't get to anything that we said. He dismisses me in about 7 seconds and says, oh, he's one of these YouTubers who just puts my name in his title to get views. Well, there's a couple of problems with that, Greg, as I said earlier in the week. Video didn't crack 1,000, asshole. No, and if you would have actually...
Yeah, clearly his name carries fucking value.
None. Yeah, zero value. If you're putting.
I mean, I was gonna say, when you said you ended up on Onision's radar, like, it's okay because no one watches him anyway.
It's just the whole thing was odd to me, because he watched all these people's videos, but yet discussed none of the points that anybody made. He just made, and he did it with this weird, like...
Of course not. You think a guy like Onision's gonna fucking watch a video talking about him and listen to the criticism so his audience can hear it for themselves?
Why would he?
Why would he want his fucking brainwashed fans to go, wait, that Dead on Dave guy's making sense? Yeah. Oh, wait, I do think that about Onision. Maybe I will stop watching him. No, he doesn't want you guys to hear common sense. He wants his fans to just hear, oh, yes, that guy's always against Onision because Onision is the light of the world.
Right.
I'm going to pay for his second house that he can't afford to keep. Wow, love to be able to afford my own fucking one house.
Right. But it was just an interesting thing. And so that was very, very, like, who am I? You know, I'm absolutely nothing. You know, I got a couple of dying.
You're nothing for him to worry about. You're not the tax man.
But got him. All right, so from that weird stuff, let's get into the real weird shit that's going on. Liam, fucking Hollywood is disgusting.
Hollywood's pretty. You know what? I never had a chance. I never had a shot with Hollywood, but now I'm glad.
We've always known that it was disgusting, but it's like now... No, you know what? There's always been the joke, hasn't there? Like, who do you have to screw to get to the top in Hollywood?
Right. Now, it's like, actually, that is a thing. that is really a thing. Like, all you have to do is bosh off Harvey Weinstein, and then you get to where you want to be. I was so sad this week that Kevin Spacey turned out to be one of them.
Yeah.
Now I know how it feels when, because a lot of people over the years have been like, I can't believe, like, such a great person, such a great actor, or you're not allowed to say actress anymore, are you? It's offensive. Any actor,
pronouns, baby.
I can't believe any actor that I love so much could do this. But then Kevin Spacey, bless his heart, not anymore, comes out with all this, and like, and it's revealed that he apparently did this, and then the more people have come out, he tried to use the initial report to be like, by the way, I'm gay,
because that's gonna fix everything. Yeah, right.
Yeah, he tried to use it as an opportunity to come out, and it just fucking tanked on him because everyone else went, yeah, that's great and all, Kevin, but you know when you tried to fuck me as well. And just, and then the whole paedophilia thing, which I can't forgive anyone for paedophilia. Just no. It's the end of. If you are a paedophile and you've acted on those urges, you are dead to me, which is a shame. I'm still going to enjoy films like Baby Driver, because Kevin Spacey was great in Baby Driver, but I obviously don't support him as a person. Yeah. He is a fucking piece of slime.
I've never liked him, and now I feel justified. Like, I knew it all along, you know.
But don't, because he has a cameo in Goldmember where he just goes, "You better watch your friggin' self, because this is one doctor who does make house calls," and I'm just like, that's one of my favorite bits of that movie. Yeah. And now I'm just like, oh, it just sounds creepy now, doesn't it? Like,
but you know, you said earlier too, I found it interesting, because that joke about, you know, who do I have to fuck in Hollywood to get somewhere? You know, I think for most people, it was never really a joke. It was an accepted reality of that world. But
I think that's the scariest bit, is it's not just the fact that people have been coming out and saying, right, this guy sexually abused me, this person sexually abused me when I was on my way to become an actor, this guy sexually assaulted me when I was becoming an actor. And these people knew, and they were okay with it, or if they weren't okay with it, they were just too scared to say anything. Because I think that is one thing that people aren't thinking about as well. A lot of people are like, you knew and you didn't come out with it. And it's like, the same reason you didn't report this initially is why the people who knew what was going on just kind of turned a blind eye to it, because it's not the morally correct thing to do.
No.
But at the same time, you not reporting it was not the morally correct thing to do, because other people may have been hurt because you didn't come out. So the people who knew but weren't obviously directly assaulted by these people, cut them a little bit of slack, because like, they also were trying to protect their careers and were worried that they would just get buried if they came out with this stuff, because they're like, okay, they're not going to believe me saying this if they're not going to believe the people who actually had this done to them.
Right.
So if I say anything, am I just going to create a situation where I just get completely phased out as well? Hollywood is cutthroat. And the problem is a lot of people in Hollywood are under the impression you can't afford to take chances. And reporting something like that back then was considered taking a chance.
Oh, sure. In the 90s, absolutely.
It would have been considered career suicide. Yeah. So whereas there are a lot of people that could have reported these things, the reason that they probably didn't is the same reason that the people these things happened to didn't report it themselves either. Because, you know, all the people that these has happened to have come out and said the very obvious thing, which is, I was terrified that if I spoke out about it, I would get a backlash on me, and I would just be buried in Hollywood.
Or even worse, like Corey Feldman last year when he tried to blow the whole roof over everything, and everyone kind of dismissed him because he's weird and quirky and all of that stuff. So, I mean, that's a real big worry too when it comes down to, especially if you're already kind of a weird presence in Hollywood, which many of them are. But what you were talking about for a second there, and I think it's really important, the biggest reference of that I can think of is Quentin Tarantino, who is a big friend of Harvey Weinstein, who is the only guy, by the way, the only person in this entire situation who said, yeah, I heard some things. I knew enough to where I probably should have said something, but I didn't. And you know what? To be fair, I think it's 100% fair for him to get crucified the way he kind of has by certain people in Hollywood, because that is a little bit different. You know, this is his friend, so he had a direct tie to this guy, so he knew more than...
Yeah, he would have known a lot more that was going on.
He could have done something.
Even if Harvey Weinstein could well have bragged to fucking Tarantino.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, hey, you know, guess who I got to fucking be with the other night? And it's like, yeah, but Harvey, did you do that thing that you do where you force yourself on them, where you turn up in a fucking bathrobe with your cock out? Because, you know, girls are really saying they don't like that, dude.
They might not like this very much, Harvey. You're a big
do
guy.
Appreciate, and I agree with everyone in the chat that at least now the dialogue has been opened about it and people are discussing it and people are going, okay, we don't have to hide anymore. That's the best part of it. If there's any silver lining to this, it's that people are no longer afraid to come out.
Well, you can't hide anymore. In 2017, everything is like everything's on the table and everything's offensive. Everything bothers people and everyone wants to get behind a cause. The thing that's bothering me is, though, it's turning, and I don't want to use this term because it sounds like I'm being dismissive, and I'm really not trying to be. But everything is turning into a witch hunt now because it seems like every day there is more and more reports coming out. Everybody in Hollywood has raped somebody. I'm not even kidding. If you look at just the daily blotter of things that are coming out, the accusations, it's daily and it's numerous. And every day it's somebody else. It's somebody new. Did you know that Danny Masterson has been fucking under investigation for multiple rapes for the last 15 years? I didn't fucking know this.
What the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. That's 70. I mean, this is fucking crazy to me. And he's unbelievably good friends with Ashton Kutcher. So you got to ask yourself, did Ashton Kutcher know? This is,
oh my God.
This is the type of thing that could destroy the industry. And I'm not even saying that that's necessarily a bad thing. It's very odd to me. Everybody's raping people in Hollywood.
I don't understand. Like, I don't understand, right, how one person gets away with something like this for an extended period of time, let alone fucking everybody.
Everyone. Yeah.
I don't. It's really fucking bizarre. Like, I'm still very much of the mindset, and I guarantee that I'm going to be of this mindset for the rest of my life, that you don't hit a woman, you don't strike a woman, you don't rape a woman. If she says no, go away, you fucking go away. I don't understand how so many fucking men can be like, you know what, this girl's mine now, I'll take her.
Right.
Fucking
this is
mental.
happening, to be fair, this is happening to men too. It's happening to men too, of either sexual persuasion. It doesn't really seem to matter. With Kevin Spacey, he was trying to force himself on both gay and non-gay men. It's fucking repugnant, man. This is absolutely crazy. But it is important to note that anybody in a position of power, regardless if it's in Hollywood or if it's at a bank, you know, people use that to try to get what they want, and they will offer ways for people to get what they want, and usually it's by the purpose of their dick or their vagina, because this happens on the opposite end of the spectrum as well.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit different because that's easy to get rid of. Because these are ones, but Hollywood seems to be based off of this. From the old days of Hollywood, where you would go to parties to meet people, to make a good impression on these producers. And everybody knew what that meant. It was an accepted reality. Nothing's accepted anymore in 2017. And that's what motherfuckers got to start realizing.
Yeah. One thing I'm kind of approaching, and I'm a little bit scared to say it because I'm like, I want to play devil's advocate,
right?
But at the same time, I know I have to tread very carefully so as not to upset anybody,
right?
Which is weird because I'm normally the fucking jerk in this program. But one of the things that I think about is every time a person comes out against one of the people being accused, you need to look at each case individually. Absolutely. Because I do worry that, and it's terrible because this is just the state of the world now. I do worry with each person that comes out. I'm like, is this person's story 100% true? Is it an embellishment or is it made up? And you shouldn't think that about people, and you shouldn't be suspicious of people like that. But some people, especially with it being Hollywood, do some people make this accusation? Like, let's say someone hears Kevin Spacey has done this stuff, and he's legitimately done this to some people.
Sure.
Do you, as say a struggling actor, at some point go, I've worked with Kevin in the past.
Yeah.
I could say something, and my name could be shot into the spotlight because it's like, oh my God, let's go and give this guy some sympathy because he also apparently has been, you know, touched by Kevin Spacey or whatever. It's a very difficult line. It would be. I'm not saying anyone's done this, so don't take it as gospel.
No.
But I'm just saying we have to be careful that this kind of thing doesn't happen. I know one of the people that came out was just like, yeah, once Kevin Spacey grabbed me by the crotch once, some dude.
Right.
And I sit there, right, and I think about, like, you know, when you're just guys being guys and you're just having a laugh with your friends or something, and you're just being fucking dicks to each other. I fucking cup check people, you know what I mean? You've walked up to someone just like, you fucking bastard. But I think if ever there was a big scandal in the future, would that guy then go, yeah, you know what? Once he fucking touched me on the penis and it was really, I really wasn't ready for it. And I really feel like I was harassed. And you're like,
he flicked my knob end.
People that are going to take situations like that and be like, yeah, I also have had a problem with this person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you have to be kind of, it's really difficult.
What you're talking about is critical thought. At the end of the day, that's what we're talking about here. Use critical thought when these type of situations come up and make your own judgment, and don't just lump everybody in and make everybody guilty. Because remember, kids, accusation is not fucking evidence. And that is the slippery slope that 2017 does.
Well, look at, wasn't Toby Turner proved to be innocent?
Yep. Patrick Kane.
And his career is dead.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes it doesn't matter. Patrick Kane, luckily, of the Chicago Blackhawks, his career is fine. But I mean, hell, there were people all over the media that was trying to fucking throw him right into the goddamn fire with absolutely no evidence. Accusation in 2016, 2017, the last 5 years, really, when the SJW situation has really gone to this fever pitch, accusation is enough for evidence. It's enough to convict you in their eyes. And that's what you have to be careful about, because that's not right. So,
but do understand, everybody, we are not taking away from the fact that clearly Kevin Spacey has done some fucking terrible things.
He got to go.
You know, he's got to go.
Kaiser Sose need to fucking go, son.
You know, when it first came out, it was like, yeah, maybe it was a foggy memory. Maybe the kid didn't really understand. But the more people that come out, the more it's like, yeah, okay, this isn't just a coincidental story of like an accidental drunken encounter 30 years ago. This is, but although saying that, a lot of people do make a good argument of, yes, Kevin, we get it. 30 years ago it happened, so you don't really remember, your memory's fuzzy, and you were most likely drunk at the time because it was a party. But if you were drunk, that's no excuse for going after a child, because that kind of shows some deep-seated intent there.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of, you know, would you have, surely if you had that intention in your mind, you would have gone there eventually anyway.
It's got to be one of the worst responses I've ever heard anybody make to a serious allegation. I mean, it was just like,
oh, mate, I could have.
Like, that sounds like me at the time when I was drinking, you know. And by the way, I'm gay. It's like the
By the way, I'm gay.
It's like the worst response anyone has ever made to a serious accusation. It's like, really? Fuck. And now he's checked himself, just like Weinstein, by the way, checked himself in.
Check it. They always check themselves into rehab or into fucking, like, it's Shay Carl syndrome, you know, just, if I pretend I'm really ill. Fucking Adam Blampier from What Culture did that recently. Just like, I'm going to get professional help. I know I ask girls for nudes, but I'm going to get professional help.
By the way,
come on.
Him asking girls for nudes is not the issue. The fact that the big sticking point on that.
No, it's not. The issue is that he lied to the girls about being in an open relationship with a girlfriend.
That's
so he ultimately went behind his girlfriend's back to get nudes from people.
Yes.
And that is not the way, you know, that's not the way forward.
No.
If he was a single guy asking people for nudes, that's not a fucking deal. No. That's not a big deal, is it?
No.
If he was a guy whose girlfriend was like, yes, we're in an open relationship and I'm totally fine with this guy to receive nudes, then by all means, get as many nudes as you want from as many people.
More
because at the end of the
daddy.
day, it's up to those people to send nudes if they're comfortable. If they're not comfortable, they don't send nudes. Ultimately. Like, and if a guy asks you for nudes and you go, no, I don't really want to. I don't feel that confident. And he goes, come on. And you go, no, I don't really want to. And he goes, come on. And you say, no, I'm really not comfortable. I don't really like my body right now. Please don't make me do this. And he goes, come on. Don't fucking send the picture.
No. In fact, you're completely in the right to say something about it at that point. You don't have to keep it in. You know, it's
you could just go straight out. You could literally turn around to the guy and go, if you keep asking me, I'm going to post this conversation on my Twitter.
Yep, I'm gonna expose the shit out of you, son.
Stop in a heartbeat, guaranteed.
With something to lose, absolutely, that'll wake you up real fucking quick.
However, nothing excuses Adam Blampier from, you know,
no, he's a piece of shit.
Defying his and fucking completely defiling her fucking dignity.
Now, since we kind of moved into that realm anyway, what I want to ask you is, with Hollywood, like, it's already affecting Miramax movies. We've already seen it over the last couple of weekends where ticket sales are down. People seem to be a little bit upset with this entire thing. Now, we do have a major motion picture coming out, which has nothing to do with Miramax, but in like less than 2 weeks, we got the Justice League.
With Ben Affleck, no less.
Yeah, who does have a tie to Weinstein. So maybe it will have a little bit of a backlash on that. But with all these things happening, do you think that there is something serious that Hollywood in a whole is going to have to worry about? And if so, what about us as a YouTube, which is a new developing form of media, becoming something, a powerhouse that people watch? We're not exactly clean either over here, you know?
At least, on the plus side, at least the mainstream media is now focused on, wow, Hollywood's raping everybody. So no one really cares that YouTube has said a few bad words.
Right.
Like, Are we really going to get Coca-Cola ads removed from cinemas now? Like,
That's a really good
is that
point.
what's going to happen?
That's a really good point.
I'd like to see how the Wall Street Journal talks about this one.
Right.
Because they were very, very adamant that Coke ads can't be shown before PewDiePie videos and then and all that. So are we going to go to the cinema and it's going to be enjoy your popcorn and your own brand cola?
Make it yourself soda in your bathtub. Yeah, no, of course not. Because they don't want to destroy that. That's the natural order. That's what's existed. That's what they can trust. Because you know why? They knew these things were happening. They reported on them. E-Entertainment News. There's been so many different things that have made a living off of it. And it's a fucking symbiotic relationship that's never harmed them at all. Now it is. Because now they're not the fucking majority of news anymore. Twitter is. Facebook is, YouTube is, we break the stories, we're talking about it. That is what happens on a majority of things now, and people go to their own blogs and things. They've lost their power. That's the reality of the situation, and they're terrified by that. That's why they attack us and not them, and there's a lot more to attack there, and it's fucking disgusting. Sorry, I got a little angry there. Fuck. Got sweaty. I got a little sweaty. My upper lip. Yeah, it was not good.
All right, Mr. Weinstein, calm down.
Oh God. Would you like a new role in my new podcast, Liam? I can tell you how you can make that happen.
Okay, put your robe on and we'll talk.
Silk, baby. Silk robe.
Slidey.
High class here. But no, it's going to be, do you think that this is going to have any ramifications for YouTube? Which already, there is a lot of bad things that have gone on with people.
I
perfect
think,
work movement. You know,
I don't think there's going to be any ramifications on YouTube. I think it's going to be. I don't think this situation is going to affect YouTube because it's about a very different thing. It's not about, oh, we're showing extreme content in front of with our adverts in front of it. It's a case of, wow, these very respected celebrities, because remember, YouTubers for the most part are micro celebrities. They're celebrities in their circles and in their communities, but outside of that, no one knows who they are. Like, I can quite comfortably walk down the street, no one knows who the fuck I am. PewDiePie can walk around the streets of Brighton and people don't know who who he is. You can talk to people and be like, oh, hey, do you know about PewDiePie? He's the most popular YouTuber. And they'll be like, I don't know what that word means. Right. What are you talking about?
55 million subs mean nothing. Yeah.
So basically, when it comes to Hollywood, they're very real celebrities. In the eyes of the world, they are the real celebrities, right. And that's where the mainstream media's focus is going to be, because that's where the money is, because those are the names you can put in the titles of your clickbait articles and get loads of money. Scathing report on Kevin Spacey, that's going to get millions and millions of clicks. The mainstream media are loving this situation right now because they've never had more fucking traffic. When they go after YouTubers, they get a bit of traffic, yeah, sure. But when an actual celebrity who's been in Oscar-winning movies, suddenly the Academy Award winner's name is on the chopping block, their traffic goes through the fucking roof. So I don't think it's going to affect YouTubers at all. If anything, it's going to give YouTubers a bit of quiet time where the advertisers are going to go, okay, these Hollywood guys are raping everybody. We need somewhere to advertise. I mean, YouTube's like the busiest place for advertising. Yeah. Let's just advertise there. You know what? They're not as bad as Hollywood. Well,
that's kind of where I'm wondering. And by the way, thank you very much for the donation, Nick. You're a fucking rock star. Thank you so much for that. But it's going to be interesting because I think that if there is a long-term effect to this where people are not going to the movies and are not buying into the mainstream celebrity, YouTube could see a benefit here. Twitch could see a benefit. More people finding an alternative way to be entertained. And that's what I think there could be a possibility down the line. And when that happens, I'm wondering what type of stories are going to come out then. Because Lord knows, there's been some really nasty stuff that has happened over the past couple of years. It's Minecraft community, let alone.
Minecraft, yeah, Minecraft is. There's a reason. A lot of people ask me, Liam, will you play Minecraft on your channel? There's a Pokemon server, and I'm like, no. There's an absolute reason why I won't play Minecraft on my channel.
And we're Pokemon people.
I'll say it here outrightly. I don't like the association between Minecraft and pedophiles. Yep. But besides the fact the game looks fucking garbage, other than that, it's not an entertaining game to watch or to play. Other than that, I've got no interest in playing a game that's so closely associated to fucking kid touchers, man.
There it is.
I don't want to be rubbing shoulders with your fucking bashers and lion makers.
Careful with Basher. Wait a second, Keemstar. Careful with fucking Basher there, buddy.
Those guys aren't decent enough people to stand in my fucking shadow.
Yeah, no, fair
They're
enough.
fucking garbage people. Fucking Alpha Lee.
Yeah.
Who fucking sent a fucking underage girl's nudes to the girl's family in revenge.
Good lord.
Bravo, genius.
Good move.
You're never going to go to prison for that, you fucking idiot.
It's just, the whole thing is just absolutely insane. But I think it's important to remember that these things are going to exist anywhere where there is power. Anywhere there is power, anywhere there money can be made, and anywhere that you can use your status to get what you want. So really simply, don't be an asshole. I think that's the best.
I'm all for a new sport being created. It's going to be an Olympic sport where it's like shooting, like rifle shooting, but the targets are the heads of living pedophiles. So you stand them up. You basically stand them up in this, like, on a podium, and only their head's sticking out. And the aim is to blow off as much of their head as possible. I think that's a great sport. It would be a beautiful, explosive spectator sport. I would very much go watch that.
I think the Olympics need something like that, yeah.
Like, I don't always agree with everything that comes out of Philly D's mouth, but when he says that these people should be lit on fire, I'm totally all for it. Yeah, if you're a pedophile, you can murder people by all means. Go murder. Go do what you want. Go and rob a bank. I don't care. But if you are a pedophile, if you touch children, die. Yeah. Just do me a favor and just die right now. Go and do it because you're fucking disgusting. And people say, oh, but don't they have human rights? Don't they have the right to a life? Yeah. And again, I'm quoting Philly D, but the minute you touch a kid, you stop being a human and you become a monster. And monsters need to be killed.
There you go. About as simple as it gets. Now, this is going to be one of the hardest segues I've ever had to do in my life, but I think I can manage it because I'm a professional.
Go on.
Going away from all of the negativity and discussing this that we have started the show with here, actually gone 40 minutes on all of that stuff, there is something really magical happening in our community, the gaming community, something that we're very near and dear with for all of you lucky bastards who actually have a Switch. I don't. Super Mario Odyssey is taking over the fucking world right now, dude.
That segue, that was
wow.
Not
bad, right? It wasn't. It was okay. It was all right.
I was like, wait, where's from pedophilia to Mario?
I got there. I got there. I did.
That was a high fence, but you jumped it, dude.
That's
brilliant.
I vaulted over that motherfucker. We got there. Shit. It's good. It's just a couple words.
Mario's out. Hey!
and Super Mario Odyssey is absolutely just dominating right now. It's doing some incredible things. It's the fastest selling game that Nintendo's ever had, apparently, and it could very well be the highest selling game in the history of Nintendo in very, very short order. This game is being streamed all over Twitch. Everyone is playing it. Everyone's talking about it. Do you feel, though, that it's just kind of goddamn Super Mario 64? Because that's what I'm feeling. I just kind of want to start there.
I need to play it. I need to play it before I can make a good assessment on it. But I'm going to say it doesn't look like it's as challenging as Cuphead, but maybe that's what people want. They want a laid-back, relaxed game. And I'm down with that. I was saying earlier in when I was talking to the Elite Four that I didn't grow up with Mario. Because in my family, we couldn't afford a Super Nintendo. I didn't get an N64 until I was in college and had to buy it myself.
Oh, shit.
Oh no, wait, no. I think I got it with some paper round money. I remember having it as a teenager. We didn't have a GameCube. We didn't have a Sega Dreamcast or anything like that. We had my brother's PS1, my sister's chipped PS1 a little bit later on that she bought herself. And other than that, we had a couple of Game Boys and that was it. We didn't have a lot of stuff. And I didn't get any Mario games, so I didn't grow up playing Mario. When I was in college, I got Super Mario 64 and played through that, and it was fine. Yeah. Other than that, Mario Odyssey is going to be like my second full Mario game that I actually play all the way through. Yeah. So I don't have the same nostalgia that everyone else has where they're like, oh my god, it's Mario, it's going to be amazing. I'm just like, it looks good. It looks fun. That's it, really.
It's good to see. I just kind of like the world I like the world a little bit more when games like Pokemon, when games like Mario, when games like Zelda are coming back into full force and getting the attention that I feel that they deserve. These are the legends, you know.
It is nice. It's nice to see when a game doesn't have to be, wow, look at all the blood. Wow, look at all the warfare. You can have a game that isn't necessarily about war or about gunfights or fucking racing. I can't deal with racing games. Apart from a bit of Mario Kart and Crash Team Racing, racing games bore me so much. I get that there are car enthusiasts who like Gran Turismo and stuff like that because they like how accurately the cars are portrayed. Right. But other than that, I just find it fucking boring to sit there going ring for a fucking hour. But other than that, it's nice to see happy, fun, family-friendly games that you can't put on YouTube because you get demonetized, you get copyright struck by Nintendo anyway.
Right. Well, this game is kind of been that big catalyst for me because I wanted the Switch because of Zelda in the first place, and then of course down
you want the Switch as a Pokemon Generation 8, mate.
Well, yes, as I was just saying, yeah, that's coming out. Who knows? But I mean, it is coming out at some point. And then Skyrim being re-released on Switch for some reason just makes my dick incredibly hard.
I found that so weird.
I want to play it again on another system. I don't know why. I'm very bizarre, but I'm gonna get it. I will when I get a Switch. It's gonna happen. But Mario is the first game that I'm like, oh, because for me, when I'm watching it, it really does take me back to Super Mario 64. It's like, it looks like it. It feels like it. It looks like it handles that way. The way he runs into the goddamn walls and just falls on his ass. I'm like, I remember that. I remember catching stars, and now you're catching something else. I kind of dig it.
Moons, mate.
Moons, yes, that's right, moons. Like, this is kind of neat. I'm like, this is something that I can fucking get into. And so I'm a little bit excited about that because I can't...
The gameplay looks amazing, and I like the capturing of different inanimate objects and creatures and things like that to solve the puzzles and stuff. That looks amazing.
It does.
It looks like a great game. I just can't wait to play it. That's why I'm avoiding any streams that are playing it at the moment.
Really?
So I'm like, I don't want it spoiling.
So you're even talking to Yoan at this point? You're not even talking to Yoan. That's all he's doing.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. for the next week or so until he finishes it, he's dead to me.
You're dead. I'm not talking to you at all, buddy. I'm sorry. I apologize. No, I get that though. But I've been trying to watch a little bit, and it's funny. You brought up Call of Duty, which dropped today. And everyone's kind of going crazy over that because they went back to World War II, boots on ground, all that bullshit. And it seems to be getting a good thing. But to me, the most interesting story right now is Mario. Give me a fat Italian portly fucking plumber any day of the week. It's enough for me. And it just doesn't. The gaming world feels more balanced when Mario's back on top.
I feel you. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, Call of Duty World War II looks amazing. Like, it's the first Call of Duty since Black Ops, the original Black Ops, that I've actively wanted to get. But I can't justify it because I know how bad I am at Call of Duty. So I'm like, maybe when the price comes down, maybe I'll jump in a little bit later and jump in as a level 1 when everyone's like 10th prestige or whatever. But
yeah,
but I can't justify playing Call of Duty at this point. I am excited. I'm excited for Star Wars Battlefront to drop.
Yeah, that looks good. The other one I kind of dug. I was kind of into it, but I kind of lost interest because I lost interest in my PS4 incredibly fast, like ridiculously quickly. I ended up settling with Tommy, ironically enough. Just so like,
fucking hell.
Yeah, no,
he's loving it.
He is. He's absolutely loving it. It was his second one too. He needed two. He needed a second.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I guess you do. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. There's so much going on right now with these games and the way that people are playing them and the way they're streaming them, and it's really fun to watch. Well, with Call of Duty in particular, this is the first war game that I actually was able to sit down and watch, and it didn't kind of fuck me up. I've been to Iraq a couple of times, and I can't play any of these modern war games because it's too real for me. It fucks me up. I can't.
Flashbacks, dude.
But with this, it's I don't know. I think it's because it's not particularly well done. And this is going to piss some people off. But I was an armorer for almost 2.5 years in the Army. That is some of the worst gun audio I think I've ever heard in my life. It just sounds, it sounds like toys. Like the firing does not sound good to me. And I might be 100% wrong, but it does not sound good to me at all.
Whereas they'll tell you we brought real guns into the studio and we fired them in a custom range that was built just to pick up the best audio acoustics. And you're like,
wrong.
well, it didn't.
Yeah, it sounds wrong to me. There's something about it, and I think it's enough to take me out of it. So that's not even a knock, because I can enjoy it more because of that reason. It could also be because I'm going deaf in my right ear.
That's the same as 2K every year, going, oh, these wrestlers have more lifelike transitions between moves, and you're like, no, they stop rigid and then they do the move like every time.
Like the way Triple H is moving in the ring right now. Jesus, just stop rigid and.
Although granted, there is one little clip of 2K18 that I've seen of Kurt Angle in the ring, walking up to the turnbuckle, climbing up on it and like raising his arms, and I was like, for a split second I did think it was footage of Kurt himself.
Really?
Yeah, I looked at it. I was watching it on my phone though, to be fair, and I looked at it, I was like, what the fuck? Why did they put that random clip of, oh, that's the game? Oh, okay. But that looks like cutscene footage, to be fair. So I was like, it's just his fucking entrance.
But
as soon as he's actually wrestling, he's going to be pixelated to fuck.
by the way, I love the chat sometimes. A couple of comments that tickle my fancy. One, somebody to my Skyrim reference, which was Fright Night says, "But Dave, isn't your dick always hard?" This is a very true thing. Thank you for pointing that out. And Biggie, pistols and COD sound like queefs. That is comment of the day, sir. Comment of the day. All right, now, with all of that thing being said about video games, I think we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about something that isn't both of our wheelhouses. Yours more than mine, because you are the expert, of course. And I know you talked about it a lot today, but man, is there some fucking hype going on right now about Pokemon.
Oh my god.
Woo!
Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon look fucking boss.
Have you preloaded
post-game content?
Did you preload?
I have
already?
preloaded.
So did I.
I've preloaded all over the place.
I wanted to ask you about this because you've been through this before. I've never done this before. This is gonna be my first time playing the game on launch day as soon as it happens.
Please.
So let me ask you this. Now, because of the preload, it did get released by country at certain times. So I'm wondering if you and me, you know, I'm an hour ahead of you and you're 5 hours ahead of the United States when it happens. Does that mean we're going to be able to have access to the game 5 hours before the people in the United States do? Meaning we're going to be some of the first. Really? Are you fucking with me?
Because this is why I always have my 3DS set to Australia.
Oh.
Because Australia is about 12 hours ahead of the UK. Which means I'll be able to start streaming Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon around about, if it releases bang on midnight in Australia, then I'll be able to play it at like 2 p.m. in the UK.
Really?
Start streaming at 2 p.m. on the 16th.
So that's all we have to do is set our time to Australia time?
No. You have to have the Nintendo, the Nintendo Network ID needs to be of the 3DS before you download the game. Needs to be set to Australia. Like
Thanks
I just
for
factory
sharing
reset
that
my,
with me. Thanks for sharing
I factory
that
reset my
with me.
3DS. Everybody knows that.
You
I should have
bought
set
me
it
my
sooner.
3DS, you asshole. You could have given me this fucking information. Oh.
Are you just gonna let that info slip? Wow,
I've
dude.
been wrong. Oh, everyone knew that. I mean, you are fucking. Oh, my
Does everyone
God.
know that? I never said that.
No, I've told people that that you're the reason why I have a 3DS that's modified. Or are you talking about the time thing?
Oh no, I'm talking about the modified 3DS.
Oh no, that was all you. I put you over.
Yeah,
I put you over like crazy on that. What are you talking about?
Oh fucking hell.
Yeah, you don't remember?
Well,
Yeah, I put you.
I never said anything to anyone. I never bragged. I never did
No,
anything.
you didn't.
I always
Because
just
that's not you.
assumed you didn't want to say anything to anyone.
No, I'm pretty sure I thanked you on this show. As a matter of fact, no, I put you over like crazy on that because that was one of the most incredible things anyone's done.
Maybe I don't know if I remember rightly. I don't remember rightly probably, but I can barely remember that. But if I did, you probably said something like, I couldn't have done this without you. And I was thinking you meant like moral support.
No, see, you're such a humble mush puff, and I love you so much for that. But no, you are the man, and I appreciate that. But yeah, you still could. It's not enough. You could have gave me the information about the time thing. Now, I was like, I'm gonna have an hour on Liam. I'm gonna have an hour on Liam.
£15 your 3DS, and then you're just like, wow, dude, it's not enough. Thanks, man.
No, because I was excited. I'm like, I'm gonna have an hour on him.
You've done it. You've ruined it. This is over.
I was so excited. I was like, I'm gonna have an hour on Liam. Woo! Nope, not so much.
Hey, wait, aren't you? Oh yeah, you are. You're an hour ahead.
I'm an hour ahead of you. Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck, dude. I'm gonna have 11 hours on you, dude.
Well done. Well played, sir. That's good. That's a good strategy. Fuck. But yeah, the hype train is in full fucking effect. You did a 2-hour podcast tonight on the with the Elite Four.
But I mean, the second hour was like post show where we just piss about, but we still did a good hour on the actual the fucking trailers and stuff itself. Because wow, all the old Evil Team guys are coming back.
And
everybody,
it's so much.
Generation.
It's so crazy. Yeah. Everything's coming back. All the legendaries.
Content. As far as I know, the Sun and Moon was about 30 hours of gameplay overall.
Yeah.
This is going to be about 60.
Really?
I can't wait because I'm streaming it from start to finish.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to try to do the exact same thing. I was like, as soon as I get it, I'm going live and I'm not stopping. I'm going to go as far as I can. So that's going to be amazing. This has been an interesting road because there was a lot of, even by me, you know, people like, I don't know, is this really going to be worth it? There's so much going on. Is anything going to be added? And now,
just absolved any bit of doubt I had in these games.
Yeah.
These are going to be amazing games.
They seem to be. They really do. It's just like they're adding all these things. Now, I don't know if they're going to be actually in the main core of the story or if it's going to be stuff that happens afterwards, like the post game.
The Rainbow Rocket stuff, I'm pretty sure, is post game.
Man, it sucks that we're gonna have to go through. Now I'm hoping there's gonna be tweaks to the hand holding and stuff, so we're gonna be able to power through a little bit faster. Yeah. But especially if those of us who want to like maybe not play it as straight up and maybe trade over a couple Pokemon from our other Sun and Moon playthroughs so we can make this a little bit quicker, which I think some people will do. Because you want to get to that extra playthrough. Are you going to do that? How are you going to take your playthrough? What are you gonna do?
Dude, my first playthrough that I'm doing on stream, I'm starting as a Nuzlocke.
Oh, are you?
I'm stacking the deck from the get-go. So yeah, I'm going get my starter, which is going to be Litten regardless. First route, just whatever Pokemon first appears is fucking mine. Game, set, match, and then I'm going to go through like that in each area.
Oh, so you're not bringing anything over from your other playthrough. You're doing it.
No, who wants to make the games easier? It's Pokemon.
You want to get to that extra stuff is so enticing. You know, it seems like it's going to be really amazing.
We'll get. If my whole team dies, then yeah, I'll just do a regular playthrough at that point and just
if everything gets killed.
I'm not going to be like some people are like, oh, this is Nuzlocke and all that. I'm not going to be like, dude, whole team's died. Right, back to the drawing board.
Yeah, when that Lurantis kills your ass, yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's gonna
if I choose Litten, Lurantis got no fucking chance.
That's true against Litten. No, yeah, you're straight there. But Wishy-Washy might fuck you up. Or what's it called?
Wishy-Washy always fucks me up. Although, hell, you need to go back and watch the randomizer that I did of Pokemon fucking Moon. We had Totem Gorbis, and it was calling for Regigigas. We had Totem Lugia instead of Lurantis.
What the fuck?
The fire trial was Totem Victini.
Oh, that's nice.
It was fucking nice.
That is pretty good.
It's not good. It was horrible. The fucking Gorbis bodied me.
That's gonna be. Oh, by the way, I got to give a shout out to Joe Merrick for giving the information out that it was available for preload. Or I wouldn't have known for hours after. Man, that was great. Fucking Merrick.
It was funny because Joe mentioned that, and then I sat there for a minute after watching the Rainbow Rocket trailer, like, I should really preload this. I should really pay this and get it because, like, it's a tough month this month anyway. I've got fuck all money and shit tons to pay out for.
Right.
I don't want to get to Sun and Moon launch and be like, oh, I was meant to buy this. Oh, fuck. Like, I can't do anything now.
I just wanted to be ready.
Just tweet out, sorry guys, forgot to buy the game.
I apologize. Sorry that I can't do what you come to my channel for me to do.
Streams will start up again in December. Meanwhile, come and watch me play through Pokemon Sun again.
We'll be playing PUBG for a while if you guys want to hang there. My God. It's too funny. Guncannon, well, Dave, he will be careful of Wishy-Washy if you're... Fuck off. Okay. I got killed by a Sunkern recently. It was not good.
Oh,
it was a bad situation. But yeah. So, all right, let me ask you this, my friend, with everything that we've talked about, anything that we missed, anything that you might have wanted to touch on that we didn't, anything that we may have screwed up on, anything you want to address from the chat, anything like that, because we are coming up to the end of this show. Sorry, it's a little bit shorter than our typical Nerd and the Jerk, but it's tiring, yo. It's late. We'd be tired, yo. This dude's been working his ass off. So have I.
Today's been stressful as well. Like getting that, trying to get this video that I was putting up to be completely non-monetized. I didn't know in this age of demonetization it was so hard to get a video to have ads. Because, like, basically, long story short of this is I'm doing a charity stream on Monday to raise money for Guide Dogs UK. And I thought, instead of just posting a video on YouTube that goes, hey guys, I'm doing a charity stream on Monday, I thought, why don't I make it something interesting? So I thought, I'll make an announcement video, but in that video, I will make it, here are some facts you may not know about Guide Dogs, like Guide Dogs UK and what they do. Because I thought that's something interesting. So I thought I'll upload it. I don't want it to have any ads on it, though.
Yeah.
Because for one thing, it's 10 minutes and 4 seconds long. So you're already going to get people going, oh, it's 10 minutes for more ad revenue, I see. And I couldn't be bothered with that shit. So I was like, okay, that's my first reason to demonetize it. My second reason to not monetize it is it's for charity. And I don't want to be seen to be making money off making a video about Guide Dogs UK.
Yeah.
Then you get the people, when I'm struggling to disable the monetization, people are like, yeah, but why don't you just donate the money you make from it to the charity? And I'm like, because videos don't just make money once. That video, every time it gets watched, and it's a video that's got some rewatch value for people that haven't seen it before, it's going to make money for the rest of the time I'm on YouTube. So am I really going to go into that video every single month and go, oh, there's another 30 pence to send to guide dogs? No, that's... I know Casey Neistat thinks it's a great idea, but that's because he makes millions of fucking dollars a video or whatever.
That's right.
So for me, it wasn't. It was like that's way too much. That's way too much to keep up on for the small amount of money that ad revenue would make on that video. So I was like, I just want to remove it completely. I eventually found a way to do it. I've set the, you know how you have the usage policy, which is normally monetized in all countries. I've changed it to track in all countries, and that's given it the gray not monetized symbol. So I think that's worked. Normally, for everyone else, like I was saying to you, for everyone else, they go into the video, they click monetization, and it goes monetize with ads, and you have a checkbox of like basically if it's checked, it's yes, if it's not checked, it's no. Yeah. And then all the options come up. For me, where that checkbox is, I just have monetization status, and then the symbol, what kind of monetization it's got, whether it's the green, the yellow, or the gray. And I'm like, okay, but I want to remove this green symbol. How do I do it? So I talked to fucking YouTube. Team YouTube got in touch with me and said, have you checked our tutorial on how to remove ads from the video? And I'm like, why don't you just tell me what you want me to do instead of just linking me to it?
No, you got to watch the video so you can make money off of it.
I checked the article and it says, go to Video Manager. Click the check mark next to the video you want to edit. Click Actions. Click More Actions. Click Monetization. Say Off. And click Submit. And I'm like, okay. So I check the video. I go Actions. I go More Actions. A big list of options comes up. None of them say monetization. And I'm like, the option's not even there. What are you talking about? So then I just went with this track in all countries option. It seems to have worked. So now there's definitely no ads on the video. If anyone sees an ad on that video, I apologize, but fucking hell, all that matters is I'm doing a live stream on Monday for 12 hours to raise money for Guide Dogs UK. Come in, pay, do a donation.
Absolutely.
Let's try and raise $1,000. I just want to raise $1,000. Hopefully we'll do it.
Hopefully everybody will be able to go over there and give a little support to that, because that is a fantastic, fantastic charity. And we really should be trying to help as much as we can with that. I agree 100%. That's good on you, my friend. Let me get you out of here on this. We'll get out of this. What are you getting? Did you get Sun or did you get Moon?
Ultra Sun.
So did I. Okay. So did I.
Mainly because it has Dialga and Ho-Oh, and I'm like, yeah, I'll take those over the rest.
I bought Moon, so that like originally, so now I'm like, I can't buy
it. I bought Sun originally.
And you're still getting Ultra Sun. That's funny.
Yeah. I like to I like my game to be daytime when it's daytime in my country.
I'm too OCD, man.
Although I say that right, but my game's set to Australia.
You're right.
So when it's daytime in the country, it's going to be nighttime in the game.
But you're going to be live
my
before everybody else. It doesn't matter. Does not. That's one time where you're on Twitch before everyone else.
You're doing it right.
You're doing the Lord's work. But
hell yes.
Fantastic job, my friend. I think we had a pretty damn good show. We kind of went all over the place tonight. We had
we always have a good job. This is Nerd and the Jerk. If you know anyone that's not watching Nerd and the Jerk, tell them to get their fucking act together and watch it next time.
Absolutely.
Go back and watch all the other ones. There's a playlist on Dead on Dave's channel. If there isn't, there is now.
No, there is. There is. I'm not that bad at my job. I mean, I'm fairly awful, but I mean, I got that. Yeah, it's pretty good. I've learned. It is down there. You guys can check out all the past episodes that I've done with this Mush Puff. We've been absolutely killing it. Hopefully you're enjoying what we're doing. Let us know what you're thinking about everything, and we want to hear from you guys in the comment section below, and of course, on our Twitters and all of our other social media accounts, which you can find in the description box below, both his and mine. Let us know if you're excited about Ultra Sun and Moon. Let us know what you think about suicides and jumping in front of trains and Kevin Spacey being a cunt, because we talked about a lot of things tonight. Really hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you, Liam, so much for being here. As always, my friend, I know that it's been a very long day, but thank you for making the time for me. I appreciate it.
I always have time for Nerd and the Jerk, except when I'm not home.
There you go. Except for when I don't.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Mush Puffs. Hit the like button on the way out. We will see you next time right here on Dead on Dave Productions. Keep it copious, folks. And remember, as always, if you don't have talent,
talented friends.
Have them motherfucking talented friends. See you next time. And peace. Hey guys, make sure you hit that subscription button. Look at me dance. Look at me dance.